So there's a lot of information available online, and also when you interact with someone else, they will be giving their own opinion, their own advice. You might talk to the agents, study abroad agents and all this stuff, but you might be confused at what's right, what's wrong. Like, because in my videos I say you always that be passionate about your subject. You need to study really hard in order to have a well-settled life. Well, there are like some other people who would be suggesting the other way around, that don't study, just focus on your working, just focus on that money, just earn your money and you will eventually settle in the UK. So people like you who are really kind of genuine, who want to come to the UK, you guys want to know what's the truth, like what is the actual reality, like how the thing actually happened in the UK, how you can eventually settle down, what's the route to it. So in this video I'm not going to give you another opinion of my own, but I'll be 100% factual and I'll be giving you all the facts, what are the facts in this particular video. Moreover, I will give you a set of an example journey, like what it will look like in order to have a successful life in the UK. So the very first thing is that if someone says you don't study, just focus on your part-time job and just earn loads of money, send to your parents, blah 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 blah, all those things, just like do not focus on that kind of things. I mean, like the people who select the UK, they are the ones who are actually generally interested in their subject. If you're not interested in your subject, if you're just looking somewhere to just work and then settle, then I don't think so UK is a place for you guys. Okay, then I think you need to select some other country. Like there are other countries which has got far easier immigration rules, and the reason for me saying that why UK is not a good choice is because of the immigration rule, because the immigration doesn't work like that. The very first thing is that before you come to the UK, you need to be just like focus on like which kind of subject are you really interested in, then select a course in specific university. You can also take my own particular consultation, which I do, one-to-one consultation. We can help you in your personalized case. Like all you can do is like you can schedule a call with me at your own convenient time. All the link will be in the description box below. But the first thing is selecting your university, selecting your course. Now comes the second thing. Before coming to the UK, make sure you've made a CV and the cover letter. Again, these all things you need to book a one-to-one consultation in order to get a proper information. So you need to do these two things, course and university. Second thing is the cover and the CV, right? Now you start your master's degree in the UK. Now the issue with the master's degree is, I know it's for 1 year, it can be advantage, but it's also double-edged sword, because it's just 1 year. You have to like do a lot of things. You need to settle in, you need to overcome homesickness, you need to overcome like a lot of challenges, a lot of different challenges which people go through in here. I know like really extreme cases which I don't want to actually share in this video, but I know people suffer a lot sometimes. There's loads of struggles as well on the same time, right? So the main thing is that 1 year really passes very quickly. So the challenge over here is of time constraint, that you've only got 1 year, because your visa will be lasting for about 1 year, 3-4 months extra. Now my always advice over here is to actually focus on getting a job where a company can sponsor you. By sponsor I mean that, so here so basically you'll be having a visa for only 1 year and 3 months. The question is what you will do next, like how you will increase your stay in the UK. So in order to get permanent residency in the UK, you need to stay on a worker visa for 5 years, right? On a skilled worker visa, not post-study, on skilled worker visa. Now, so your aim should be that once you're doing that masters, at the end of it, hopefully you get the skilled worker visa, right? Now, how you will get the skilled worker visa? In order to get that, you need to fulfill a criteria of 70 points. So that's the immigration rule in the UK of 70 points. I'm not an expert, but like I'm aware about all these things. So you need to have the 70 points, and one of the criteria is that a company which you've applied to, they need to sponsor you in order to get a worker visa. Now that's the challenge over here, because there are not like loads of companies who do that kind of sponsorship. There are only few companies which do that sponsorship. I mean, there are 40 to 50,000 companies, but still there are, if you see the small businesses, there are plenty of them. There will be 100,000 businesses in the UK over that, right? So there are only selected companies which have got this license in order to sponsor international candidates for a worker visa eventually. So that's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on to getting that worker visa from that company, right? So now comes the question that how you will get that like skilled worker visa, like how to get that. In order to get that, you need to apply to a company. You need to actually get a job in that specific company. Now how will you get that job? You will only get a job like if you have studied well in your particular degree, if you've got those skills which they are looking for. If you're not interested in that subject, if you my thing with interest is that, see, if you have got interest in your subject, if you're really passionate, you know in and out of that subject, only then you will be able to perform good in your degree, right? If you're not like interested in that degree, you won't be able to perform. And basically here marks are important. Now I know there are debates around marks doesn't matter and all those stuff, but see, like when you're applying for a company, right, marks are just a reflection of your skills. Like if let's say he has written that he knows and I'm from chemistry field, let's say he's written that I know liquid chromatography, like how will the other person know that does he knows it or not? So what the university do is just marking as a criteria just kind of validates that this guy has got the skills, right? So that's marks are really important over here. And my suggestion would be actually aim for a distinction, at least get a distinction, so that you stand out from the other candidates who have applied for that specific job. So the main thing is you need to get a job, so for that you need to focus on your studies. Now let's say, now the advice over here is that like some of the people are saying that, you know, just like focus on your part-time job, just go to university 1 or 2 days, just like, you know, just be a mediocre in your studies, or just like don't even perform well in your studies. I've seen a lot of kind of advice and opinion of people, but the thing is that if you work too much, if you work, first of all, you can only work 20 hours in a week during your term time, right? That's a legal rule. You can't break that rule. If you, I mean, you will be facing a lot of challenges if you go above the limit of 20 hours. So my first recommendation is that you have to work 20 hours. Now the thing is that if you work 20 hours, this is going to be fine. But if you break that limit, you'll be struggling with your immigration thingy. Then secondly, you'll be also struggling with managing your university studies plus your part-time job. And as I mentioned, in the university, it's not just your studies, you need to do all these job applications. And for the job application, you need your CV, you need your cover letter. That's why I said to you in the before of the video that make a CV and the cover letter in your own country, so that once you're here, the criteria over here is that once you're over here in the very first semester, perform really good in your studies, so you'll be getting some of the marks of the modules which you have studied. In the second semester, update your CV again, so that you put the marks of the subjects which you have obtained, so the company knows, well, he has got UK education now, he started his first semester, that's how he's performing, let's call him for an interview. They'll call you for an interview, and I wish you all the very best that you get through that interview, because here, like, it's not just very easy to get an interview, because there's a lot of candidates who apply. There are international candidates like us who apply, there are also some local candidates who doesn't need this kind of sponsorships, and you will only stand out if you have really performed good in your degree, if you have performed really good in your course modules. So my advice over here is that think it as a long-term game, right? If you focus on your long-term game, you'll be able to get a skilled worker visa, and then you will be get a PR. If you don't do that, you won't be able to get a permanent residency eventually, right? So you have to be really careful, like whom you listen to, what is the credibility of the another person who is giving an advice and opinion. So just be really focused when you're coming to the UK. Just don't be scattered here and there. Your focus has to be really clear. You're coming here for good marks in your master's degree, at least a distinction. Then secondly, to get a job so that you get a skilled worker visa. For post-study work visa, you will anyways get it, that, and everyone gets it, but aim of post-study work visa is again to get a skilled worker visa. So you're like you know, the Arjun here, he focuses on the eye of the fish, so your focus has to be on the skilled worker visa, not on the other kind of flesh of the fish eventually. So with this video, I hope this video was helpful. You obtained some information from this video, and you've got kind of genuine insights into the life in the UK. And make sure to subscribe to the channel for regular updates. Cheers, bye bye.